Take 3. The last time that I did a video on a topic that I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know if I should talk about this. I was Ray Emery. We know how that turned out. Some of us do, some of us don't. It's not important tonight. What's important tonight is that Dan Carcillo's come out and he's got everybody talking. And he's got everybody talking about something that I try to understand. And that's really where I'm at with this. So hazing has been in the sport of hockey forever. Junior level, all the way up to the NHL. Absolutely, yep. You rip on the guy, you do whatever. And, I mean, for me, hazing on a minor level isn't really a big deal. And I'm talking small stuff. I'm talking about, like, when my dad came home and said that he was at the Master Corporal's mess, and the Gurkhas, who are these basically foreign, I want to say they're like Marines or airborne. Anyways, the Gurkhas are kind of known for being crazy. And what they did was, while all the Canadian soldiers were talking to them, they tied all of the bootlaces of the Canadian soldiers together so they couldn't get out of the table, and none of them knew what had happened. And that's fun. That's something that you see and you go, that's kind of funny. And yeah, that's fine. Personally, I can't think of a time when I've hazed somebody. I don't see the point. So Dan Carcillo's come out today and said hazing's wrong, hazing's bad, and we got to get rid of it. And Jeff O'Neill's answered with, that's great, Dan, but you were part of it, so keep your mouth shut. And now other hockey players are coming out and saying, no, we need to get it out of hockey. I don't understand how it got there, is my point. And maybe it's something that I just don't understand about the mentality. I don't understand it. It's sort of like, at the NHL level, they have the fun thing where the rookie gets to take the first lap by himself. I think it's overdone. I think it's kind of played out because a rookie now expects to take the first lap by himself. I think they should try something else. But again, it doesn't hurt anybody to do that. It's not harmful in any way. It's just sort of a fun, silly little thing they do, right? The stuff that's talked about with Carcillo, and I'm going to link to the article in the description for this video because I'm not repeating it. If you want to go in and see what's being alleged by him and where it's going from there, you can. And there are people that are saying pertinent things, which are A, that he participated in it when he was a player, and B, for me, part of it is, Carcillo was a pretty tough guy. And if you saw some of this crap happening with these kids, he wasn't exactly, from what he's saying in the article, due to the culture in that locker room, he didn't feel comfortable standing up and saying that's wrong. And, things like this, they happen in all sports. This isn't just hockey. This happens, I'm sure, in football. And I don't know with baseball. Baseball seems more playful than anything else. Maybe hazing does happen in baseball too. But with the physical sports, man, there's definitely something different with that. And I'm not sure what happens from here. Like, how does this work? If it's in the culture of the sport, how do you get it out? It's not like fighting. Fighting's on the ice. We can see fighting. We all understand and acknowledge what it is, and we can all debate its merits or not merits or however you want to put it. But hazing is something that's locker room. It doesn't have to be in the locker room. It can be anywhere. Anywhere the team goes. It could be on the bus. We just don't know, right? And it likely happens at all levels. Now, I don't know to what extent it happens at all levels, but it's weird too because some of the best stories in hockey are about things that happened between players, not on the ice, but in the locker room. Maybe it was a fight, maybe it was an argument. I know I've been reading hockey card stories too from Ken Reed. Now I got hockey card stories one from a subscriber, Craig. I greatly enjoy the book, and I had to get hockey card stories too as soon as it came out because you sent me the first one. So it talks a lot about some stuff that goes on behind the scenes that we don't get to see, and we enjoy that. The stuff that Carcillo is talking about, we don't get to hear about either because nobody talks about it, and it's not fun. It's not something that would be a page turner in a book like, oh, what's going to happen to this rookie? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't on no level do I understand it. And that's why it's difficult for me to do a video about this, because I don't understand it. I've played different sports throughout my life, and I've enjoyed myself. Do I if I was playing tennis against somebody after school and I beat him badly, am I gonna taunt him a bit? Yep. Am I gonna haze him? No. I don't know. And that's, I guess that's the thing. Like, I don't, the taunting and trash talking, that's fine. There's a line there too, but just some casual trash talk and just laughing and joking around is fine. Even the odd fight every now and then between friends is fine. That was certainly common. And then at some point I gave up on that too. It would be, do you want to go? And I'd say, yeah, just go outside and start without me. I'll be out there later. Or do you want to go? Yeah, I'd like you to go. Why don't you go? You can go that way, and I'm going to go that way, and we just won't discuss this again. But again, the hazing stuff that goes on in sports, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't think it has any place in the sport. I don't have any problem with Dan Carcillo talking about it. It's no different than if you commit a crime, and you serve your time for it, and you come out, and part of a community service or whatever it is, or just because you want to, is to warn kids about the consequences of what you did. If Carcillo's coming out and saying, man, this is stupid, kids have to stop this, and if he can convince the next generation to just stop the crap, then I'm 100% behind him on that. And I don't have a problem with him talking about it. The idea that just because you did something doesn't mean you can't say something about it, I don't agree with that at all. I think that's, and that's part of the reason why when people say, oh, well, George Peros can't be in the safety committee or in charge of safety because look how he played the game. Yeah. And he may be in a better position than any of us to decide what is or isn't over the line, because he'd know. Pronger too, he'd know. He'd look at that and go, yeah, that's the kind of thing I would have done. That's definitely not good. And it's one of those tricky things, because as soon as we start saying you're not allowed to say anything because of what you did, you're taking that voice away, and you're leading to maybe he's the only one that would come forward. Maybe nobody else would. It casts a light on things. Carcillo's been in the news because he deals with concussions he got when he played hockey, and he regrets the way he played hockey, and he said it. And at what point did people say, yeah? And I hated Carcillo when he played. I couldn't stand Dan Carcillo when he played. Didn't matter where he went. I thought he was a dirty player. I couldn't stand the way he played hockey, but I have respect for the way that he's been. And honestly, if he's not genuine about how he feels towards concussions, the way the game's played, and towards this kind of thing, he's a fantastic actor. Amazing actor. And I don't see that. I don't see it as a cash grab, because he, as far as I know, hasn't written a book on his concussion problems, and he could. And people have written books about horrible career experiences, and they've made money off of it. And I haven't seen the kind of vitriol sent their way as that gets directed towards Carcillo, and I'm sure Carcillo expected it. But I'd be interested to know. As I said, the article's going to be posted in the description. If you've got a strong stomach, and I'm not kidding, you can read through it and let me know what you think. But if you don't feel like reading through that, tell me, how do you feel about hazing in sports? I think it's silly. I think it's outdated. And yeah, I think it should be gone. I don't see the point. Really don't see the point at all. But I'd be interested to know what you guys think, as always, in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, just happened upon this video. And yeah, let me know. Should it just be gone, or should players stop complaining? Or I don't know what argument a person could make to keep it in the game. All right, but let me know your thoughts as always, and I'll talk to you again soon.